Hey guys, checking in, planting with Raw. Happy Saturday, guys. So as you can see, behind me is my greenhouse. It's winter time, so we have to winterize our plants. But I've been under the weather for the past couple of days. Thank God I tested negative for pneumonia, because it was a struggle with this chest, and I needed something to make me feel better. So once I got cleared for not having pneumonia, where did I go? I went to a plant and garden center. I'm not mentioning where it's located or anything like that, because I have a question. What are your expectations when you go to a plant and garden center? I just want to know, what do you expect when you go to a plant and garden center? Because, I have a lot of babies in here. As you can see, I have plants over here. I have plants over there. I have plants back there. There's plants all over the place, okay? Plants on the wall, in the window. They're everywhere. And so one of the things that I take caution when I go plant shopping is I don't want to bring home no company. Company, mealybugs, white flies, thrips, fungus gnats. I am so terrified of introducing these things to my current plant family that I go through a whole process with my plants when I bring them in the house. So I went to this plant center, and again, the question is, what are your expectations when you go to a garden and plant center, right? Where they are specialists, all right? Where you expect the plants to have names on them, like not just labels that say assorted foliage. So here was my experience at this plant and garden place. Again, I'm not saying the name. I walked in and they had a beautiful selection. They had a whole section of green, indoor plants, all varieties. And then they had the outside garden center for those who garden, okay? But I was in the indoor plant section. And I have a list of plants that I'm still trying to bring into my plant family, all right? And so I proceed to walk around the store. And this is what I found. I found beautiful plants. Some I picked up and put in my cart, and then I put them back. Why? The prices were great, but the plants, they didn't have the names on them. Like, I'm looking at the plants and I can tell that this particular plant is from the philodendron family, but I didn't know what the plant type was. And I expect, if I go to a plant and garden center, that you should have the name of the plant. Philodendron golden crock. Philodendron, I don't know, ring of fire. Philodendron pink princess. You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying, right? And they didn't have the names on them. And so that threw me off a little bit. That was number one. So if you own a garden and a plant center, okay, for people like me that are new in this world of planting, I've just started in 2020. That's still new for me. I need the names. What else did I find at this garden and plant center? Well, I found that a lot of the plants look like they were infested, okay, mealybugs specifically. And so I took them gently back out of my cart, and actually I just left the cart. I just put the cart back because I didn't even want to travel home with, because now I'm paranoid that I have a mealybug on me. That's how it is in the plant world. I was paranoid. So I pushed the cart aside, and I said, I came all the way to this plant store. I got to get something. So what did I get? This is what I got, a bag of rocks. Okay? And so when I went to the counter with my bag of rocks, the lady said, you came all the way to the plant place and got a bag of rocks? I said, I know, so disappointing, isn't it? I said, but did you realize that the plants look like they're infested with mealybugs? And she was like, oh, I don't blame you. I wouldn't take them home either if they're infested. And so I just stood there thinking to myself, do they check the plants? Do they treat the plants? Or is it buy at your own risk? Now, I expect that from the big box stores like Home Depot, Lowe's, because their focus is not on plants. They just happen to have them. So, needless to say, I was disappointed. Still on a mission. I was disappointed, but still on a mission. So let me show you what I ultimately got from Home Depot. Because I just couldn't come back home with nothing. And so I ended up in the big box store, Home Depot, of course. And I was so happy to have found one of the things that's been on my wish list for a while. This is the pink princess, okay? I got her for 20 bucks. This is how much they've been going for in the big box stores. But, you know, these are good for spider mites. And so I treated all of my plants before introducing them to their brothers and sisters, their nieces and nephews, their cousins, right? I go through and I treat them with a pest control spray that I mix up. Follow me, it's on my YouTube channel, you know, if you want to make your own. All right, so I got this. This is the pink princess. Okay, we're going to put that to the side. And then what else did I get? I got this, which is peperomia, okay? And so it came all in one, but you know, I'm starting my Christmas journey. And so I change all my pots and put fresh dirt and rinse them off and treat them to make sure that they don't have pests. And so I separated it. I found 3 separate plants in here. And so I put one in this and I have 2 in here. I'm probably going to give this to my son because he is planting now as well. Some of the plants that I got, I did get the, it's up there, the philo heart leaf, okay? And I got another alocasia mythical, right? It's called mythical scalprum. And so the first one I messed up. I did. You know, alocasias are very sensitive. If you look at them, they will faint. And I looked at that last one a minute too long and it fainted, but what it did give me was quorums, okay? And so I have the quorums in here marinating, and so I'm hoping that something comes out of this, okay? Now I have a question for all the happy planters out there. Should I poke holes in this, or does it just stay closed with no ventilation? I need an answer because this is the first time I'm putting quorums in sphagnum moss. And I also have a heart leaf shaped node in there which has a root on it. And so I have that in there hoping that I get some growth from that, and then I'll put it back in the pot with the rest of them. But let me know, guys, if I should put a hole in the container or if I should just leave it with no air, okay? Right now it's sitting in my greenhouse, okay? So back to the question at hand. What do you expect when you go to a plant store? Like a plant and garden center. What do you expect when you walk into a plant and garden center? Ultimately, I was pretty disappointed. And we don't have a lot of major plant and garden centers by me that specialize or sell indoor plants. A lot of them are focused on outdoor gardening. And so I was really disappointed by it. And so I got to continue to hunt out these garden centers and see what other garden centers are doing. So let me know what you think. And let me know what you expect when you go to a garden center. Happy planting, and I'm out. That's it.